Medusa the Gorgon, one of the most iconic monsters in all mythology, whose fearsome head of venomous snakes and petrifying gaze has haunted human imagination for thousands of years. But where did she come from? As we'll see, even the ancient poets couldn't agree on that. Welcome to Myths in 5 Minutes. Older accounts record that long before the age of heroes, the gods Phorcys and Ceto ruled over the hidden depths of the sea. According to the poet Hesiod, they birthed 3 daughters, strange and terrible, unlike any seen before or since. They were the 3 Gorgons, Stony, Euryale, and Medusa. The Gorgons lived beyond the rim of the known world, where night met the ocean's edge, where darkness ruled and time itself seemed to sleep. Stano and Euryale were immortal, as all monstrous beings born of the sea tended to be. But their sister Medusa, for reasons strangely unexplained, was mortal. All 3 were hideous to behold, with accounts describing scales on their bodies, clawed hands, wings, and a deadly gaze which turned living things to stone. The origin is pretty straightforward stuff. Born from primordial deities, evil, terrifying, classic monsters. But the Roman poet Ovid decided to make Medusa more interesting. According to this telling, Medusa was not always a creature of nightmares. She was a mortal woman of astonishing beauty, with golden hair which shone like the light of the sun. She devoted her life to the god Athena, serving as priestess at the temple. Her quiet grace drew the attention of all who looked upon her. Yet it also drew the attention of the gods, which in Greek mythology is often a bad thing. Poseidon, lord of the sea and brother of Zeus, was captivated by Medusa's beauty, and like Zeus, showed a startlingly poor lack of judgment and self-control. He pursued Medusa relentlessly. Some accounts say he seduced her, others say he forced himself on her. But either way, it happened within the sacred walls of Athena's temple. Whether Poseidon seduced or assaulted Medusa, the act defiled Athena's sacred ground. When the goddess learned what had happened, her fury was swift and absolute. Did she engage in a titanic battle of revenge with her Olympian god uncle Poseidon? No, that would be the fair thing to do. Her anger fell upon the defenseless and arguably innocent Medusa, who had served her faithfully. Athena appeared before her altar, radiant and terrible. She looked upon Medusa, and in an instant she was transformed. Her skin grew pale as marble, her golden hair hissed and spat with the venom of 100 snakes, and her eyes blazed with a petrifying rage. A beautiful but terrible monster whom no mortal could look upon without turning to stone. Athena's punishment was absolute, a cruel gift of power and isolation. Where once Medusa had been admired, now she was feared. Where once she had drawn hearts toward her, now she drove them away in terror. Banished to the edge of the world, beyond the oceans, she lived among the shadows with her immortal sisters Stano and Euryale. There, surrounded by jagged rocks and the cries of seabirds, she wandered in sorrow and anger, her reflection too deadly even for herself to behold. So what's the message behind the myth? Well, it really depends on how you interpret Medusa's actions. If Poseidon seduced her, her crime is the desecration of a holy temple and lack of respect for the gods. But if he forced himself on her, she is a victim of an unjust world, punished for being in the wrong place at the wrong time. In this interpretation, Medusa's rage is justifiable. She is abused by Poseidon, betrayed by Athena, and left with no choice but to flee to the edge of the world, to be hunted by would-be heroes looking to make a name for themselves. Anyone starting to feel some sympathy for this iconic symbol of fear and rage? Well, if we look at how her symbol was used in ancient Greece, we'll see that Medusa does have a legacy more complex than just a monster. Her face, carved upon shields and temples, was used to ward off evil, a guardian against misfortune. The name Medusa actually means to guard, so ancient Greeks would have gained comfort from looking upon that beautiful monster. Centuries later, her story would cross paths with that of Perseus, the hero fated to hunt her to the ends of the earth. But that's a story for next time. For now, the tale of Medusa's beginning stands as one of the oldest and most iconic in Greek myth. The story of a mortal born of monsters, transformed by a goddess, and remembered forever as both victim and threat, beauty and terror, protector and destroyer.